Some of you are better well-read than I am. You know more. What can I tell you? But I can ask you this. How much did you pray this morning? How much do you tarry before the throne of God every day? I hear it very common today, even among ministers. They say, well, I don't really have a specific time of prayer. I just kind of pray all the time. I do not believe them. Because I have learned that practicing the presence of God and practicing prayer, it is a learned discipline. It comes from tarrying with your God. What else would you want to do? What other greater privilege has been granted you than to tarry with God? To worship Him. To cry out to Him. To commune with Him. And you say, we are to pray all the time, but how do we learn to practice the presence of God? How do we learn to pray all the time? I submit to you, it is by the discipline of a separated prayer life. Of getting up in the morning, early, before day. And I have come to believe that in fighting this battle of piety, one of the best things for me to do is this. To discover what my flesh most hates and do that first. Before I'm weakened or distracted. To get up in the morning, and I'll tell you this, my flesh hates prayer more than Bible study. Because Bible study can actually be used for my glory. I can know more than others. I can speak better than others. If I study well, I'll be able to speak at conferences. But no one will know about my life of prayer. I will gain nothing from men, but I will gain much from God. My flesh hates prayer.
Now, for you young men here, let me just teach you something that will help you. I hear so many young men today saying, well, I don't have really a specific time in which I pray. I'm more, throughout my day, I just kind of practice the presence of God. But I don't really have that secret place I go to. Let me tell you something, young man. There is no way you can learn to practice the presence of God if you do not spend much time in secret prayer. The power to practice the presence of God, the power to live a life of prayer, to always be speaking with the Father, that is born out of secret time with the Lord, segments of time with the Lord in prayer. And he said we ought to be praying always and not to lose heart.